Hello, my name's Marissa. I'm 31 years old. I'm a mom, wife, dog and cat mom, and I have lupus. Um, I generally don't post the videos of me talking. Me and my daughter post silly videos sometimes, but I've never really been one that wanted to I don't like to video myself. But I've been really feeling a tug since I got sick, and I've had other people tell me, that I could benefit someone else by sharing my story. So after the week or so that I've had with some fun lupus activity, I finally decided, okay, I'm trying to be more obedient to God this year, and I feel that maybe I could help somebody. And I will do, if people see this and want information or questions or anything, I'm a complete open book. I will tell my whole life story and then some. But I guess I'll just start with the lupus part. So in 2020, I started experiencing a lot of issues. I would wake up and not be able to use my hands at all. They would be so stiff and swollen that I could not open a door. I could not dress myself. It was bad. I would have days where my back would go out and I just couldn't walk. I'd have days where I would have a migraine and I could not leave my bedroom or my bed. I couldn't even look at my phone. At the time, I started going back and forth to doctors, and we were leaning really hard towards rheumatoid arthritis by the end of 2020. Beginning of 2021, everything got much worse. I started having what seemed to be pneumonia. I was having to sleep sitting up in a chair because I could not lay down because I would choke and feel like I was drowning. I was running consistent fevers every other day. I would end up at the hospital. They'd stabilize me, send me home. A couple days later, I'm right back. So many steroids, antibiotics, which weren't helping because they didn't know, but it was lupus. We finally figured out that my lungs were filling with fluid. They didn't know why, though. So I got put in the hospital. They were pumped them out and sent it off for testing. Well, in the process of that, my left eye over here is, it just went out. I would have spells before where, I would see stars and stuff. And we thought that either from the coughing so much from what we thought was pneumonia, or, something to that effect. We thought that either the blood pressure spikes that I was having were causing me to have the blind spots, or we thought that maybe I was having a retinal detachment. So we were thinking that we were going to be able to go in, fix it, boom, I would be back. Well, that didn't happen. So I ended up going completely blind in my left eye March 6th of 2021. And that was at the point when we were like, okay, so there's a real serious problem going on here. And we started going back and forth to Atlanta. And the doctor in Atlanta basically looked at my eye and he was like, it's full of inflammation and blood clots. He was like, this is an autoimmune disease. So between that and then all the tests on my lungs, it started coming back that, okay, this is an autoimmune disease. And they just basically threw me on high-dose steroids to get everything under control. And I've spent the last few years since then trying to maintain that, trying to get some stable point. I had to do chemotherapy at one point because I got lupus in my kidneys that became active. I had to do, I've done so many different infusions and medication combinations and everything. And my eye's been relatively stable until this past week or so. And that's what made me want to make a video. Because when I looked up lupus retinal vasculitis, all that you can find are doctors. It's a rare condition. But all you can find are doctors debating the scientific side of it and everything. And when you're going through it, the science doesn't make me feel better. And I want to be able to help other people. So basically where we are right now is I'm back on high-dose steroids. We thought that it was either lupus or some type of infection. So I spent half my week last week in Birmingham trying to figure that out. They had to do tests and draw fluid off my eyes with needles and give me shots and all kind of fun stuff. But now we're back to that we're pretty sure it's lupus. So we got to figure that out. Fun. But I don't know. Anybody that has any questions or anything that I could make you feel less alone, or make you feel like somebody gets it. I mean, I've noticed over the past few years that lupus is different for everybody. All these autoimmune diseases are different for everybody. And at the end of the day, it helps to know that other people are having a hard time too. And not just you isolated and nobody gets it. Because it may not all look the same, but it feels equally as crappy, I'm sure. So anyways, I don't know. I don't even know if this video will do anything. But if it does, comment and I'll respond to anything. I will answer any questions. I'm sure I did not leave a ton of information to be I don't know. I'm sure that I missed a lot. And I'm willing to share my whole story. Even pre-lupus, Marissa, she was a crazy gal. But, yeah. So, just peace, love, and happiness. And Jesus loves us.